Good morning, everybody, especially our dear Brasconians and dear Salesian educators. Today is August 27, and we celebrate the memorial of Saint Monica. You know, I was leafing through the homilies that I've had from the time that I was ordained until the time that I kept them in Parañaque, and that was the treasure trove that I was telling you about many days ago. That I found the homilies even from the time I was a young priest. And I happened to see this, the one that is also on your screen, which was dated 27th of August 2002. Today is 27th August 2020, and so this was written 18 years ago as a homily for this day. And I'd like to read it in as much as it is about our saint for today. And forgive me because this was written from the point of view of that time. So I read it. On October of last year, that means it was 2001, together with some converts, Salesians, in my community there in San Tommaso in Rome, I was then a deacon, I was trudging over the ruins of an ancient city port outside Rome. And the name of the place was Ostia. If you go there, it's Ostia Antica, or Ancient Ostia. It was only last night, the time that I was writing this homily, that I knew that it was the place where Saint Monica died and first buried. Well, so much for retrospect. At least one memory of the past comes alive again. Saint Monica was one saint famous for the many tears that she has shed, most especially for her son, Augustine. But even before her son, she had many things to grieve about. Her husband, Patricius, who was not a Christian, but of course, one consoling fact was that he was baptized before his death. So Patricius, and then also the difficulties brought about by her mother-in-law, a common experience by many people. And her patience brought conversion to her husband, who was baptized the year before he died. But as I said, the clincher was in her son, Augustine. Monica turned to prayer, fasts, vigils, for she hoped that these would succeed where reason and argumentation had failed. Her efforts were not in vain, for after more than 20 years, Augustine was converted and was baptized. And thus, Monica is best remembered as a great mother, in fact called the model of all Christian mothers. Just before her last illness, she said to Augustine, her son, and these are her words, of course, from what we know of history, and I have highlighted them that time that I was before I gave this homily. And here are the words of Monica. Nothing in this world now gives me pleasure. I do not know what there is left for me to do, or why I am still here. All my hopes in this world are now fulfilled. All I wished to live for was to see you a Catholic and a child of heaven. Obviously, words for her son. God granted me more than this in making you despise earthly happiness and consecrate yourself to His service. And then that's the end of the quote, and I continued. Last night as I was reading this, I was deeply moved, for memories brought me to the altarina at home, and in front of it, my mother, praying every night. And then I wrote there, as she still does to this day, and I could attest that she was doing even to the end of her life in 2012. And many times when I saw my mother like that, I strongly felt that the prayers were especially for me. This fact was confirmed days before my ordination when she shared to me that every evening she was praying that I persevere. And I owe so much to the prayers of my mother. Of course, we too remember the prayers of our Blessed Mother, Our Lady Help of Christians. But I'd like to focus on this particular part, the last part of my homily. For a mother's prayers are close to the heart of God because He Himself is a mother to us. And He shares in the heartaches of mothers who are pained to see their children lost and miserable. Because we, His children, often lose ourselves to sin and to compromises and to self-inflicted wounds. Yes, God can very well sympathize, but no, He does more. He empathizes. May God bless all our mothers, and may God bless you all. That was my homily, but I'd like to repeat that prayer for all the mothers, especially among our lay mission partners who are mothers, and all your mothers now for our dear Salesian educators, and for all Bosconians. You have your mothers with you. We pray for them on this special day. And if through the prayers of Saint Monica, Augustine was converted, we can very well be assured through the prayers of our mothers, we will become better persons. God bless you all and have a great day.